I'm from New York 1, but I know some of your colleagues from Flushing.
So we're here at 91st and Elmhurst. Happy August 5th, 2024. And very soon there's going to be a press conference led by Hiram Monserrate about this situation on Roosevelt Avenue. So let's make this clear.
You with the press, sir?
Yeah, with the Queen's Post. Ramsey's.
Any other media here? Find out where Ramsey's is.
Yeah, Ramsey's, yeah. One important guy, yeah. You're the important guy, but he's also important.
No, everyone's important to see it today because we're standing up.
Yes.
I'm a firm believer in ensuring that everyone has a voice and people get an opportunity to stand up for their community. In this case, protecting our community.
Yes.
So yeah, these guys, like I said.
You want me to be here a little bit? Okay, great. About 5 minutes out.
5 minutes? Okay, great.
Yeah, but I don't.
We did that. Vamos a ir a la conferencia de Estados Unidos. ¿Quiere venir? Venga, póngase aquí. Conferencia de prensa que va cerca de... pagar impuestos, no esa vaina. No pagar cualquier mundo aquí. Ronnie, she's on there.
What do you think of
Spanish.
some of these guys? You can tell they look shady as hell, so you gotta be careful. That's why, like, you gotta be careful when like going around circulating recording people.
73rd? Yeah, 73rd and Roosevelt Avenue. I covered that massage parlor before.
Oh, it's still a massage shop, but it's actually a process?
Yeah, it's about
Oh.
6 women. I'm gonna go there after this and check it out to see.
Can I go with you?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, of course.
I told you it's a problem. We're in a sanctuary city. It's a sanctuary city, and
This guy's late.
We're gonna start in 2 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna call him. Yeah.
He's on his way. 5 minutes out.
Okay.
I do a lot of illegal use.
Yeah, I did one for top access.
Yeah, there's a lot of press here for this community quality of life issue. Yeah, we're right there on 90. No, the street, 91st Street.
Why is it better than this?
I rarely go.
9020. Yeah, it's at 9020 Elmhurst.
They have to go in and say, testify that they were there. That's only for fighting. Yeah, but I think that's easy enough for so they just have to eliminate all those stop sign or still like playground.
You know, ellos no quisieron venir.
I guess no, if they get a specific complaint about something.
Yeah. Right.
Or not, or they also have to do some meetings every month. Every place doesn't.
Oh,
So, there's similar community work meetings, but it's just at a stage. It's some similar concept. And if somebody actually voices, right? So that's actually. Does it read these?
There's one crosswalk on that and for some reason people just feel like it's okay to park in the crosswalk. I have no idea why. And they're like, oh no, we can't park in the bus lane. But the crosswalk, that makes sense. And so me and a bunch of neighbors were just finding actually kind of complicated. But I'm eventually going to just like just next to me. Fill the copy and put it up right there. My toe is
That'll actually work.
A lot of shady characters around here, so you gotta be careful.
That or what I don't get is also double park or
Community press conference.
sometimes pulling in.
Right.
It kept bothering me that stop it.
all the time. I've actually thought about
Santi.
parking right from this thing can't get out. Yeah, it's like just waiting there. That's right. You want to save 1 second. You gotta go through
Vamos, que se vean las cámaras, Santi.
Ok.
Más frente, para atrás.
¿Está bien?
Are we ready?
We're ready. Okay, we're ready for Ramses to get here, but
Sorry, man.
it's not my size. This is not what size. So, there's a 2-for-1 special going on, guys. So, white checks, you good?
Yes, thank you.
Estamos bien, Ovidio.
Yeah, great.
Okay, first of all, I want to say good afternoon to everyone. My name is Hiram. I'm the current district leader in part of this community. I am the former New York City Council member for the 21st Council District. That's where we are right now. And we see firsthand the challenges that Roosevelt Avenue and the Roosevelt Avenue corridor are confronting. You saw it when you got here. We came here about an hour earlier to clear up the street. We were able to clear out most of it. But this is an issue that impacts this community. If I can encapsulate our concern, it's one, the amount of lawlessness that this community is confronted is unprecedented. I would say there's no place in New York City that is being as negatively impacted as the Roosevelt Avenue corridor in Queens. And we are here today to demand action from all our authorities. That's the elected officials and the agencies, all of them, because we need a dramatic, permanent, and consistent response to the issues that we are confronting. We see it. If you cross the street, you'll see about 25, 30 working ladies. They're there in the daylight. Today was the first day of school. And today, on the first day of school, our children going to school are passing by this every single day. We see the amount of garbage and grime. We see the hundreds upon hundreds of unlicensed vendors, including those that are still here right now in our midst. Unlicensed, we don't know where these products are coming from, how much of it is stolen, how much of it was taken from a bin, from a charity bin. And so these are all the type of issues that we are confronting, but yet we do not see an appropriate response by the authorities. Smoke shops, prostitution rings, drug rings, sex traffickers. Some of these women are victims of sex traffickers who basically bought them from other countries for an established fee. This is the information that we're getting from the community. Some of these ladies are on the hook for $35,000 that they have to pay the coyotes and the organized criminal syndicate that bought them here. So we got victims also. The victims are being re-victimized right here in our community. And yet, we don't see an appropriate response by the authorities. So we're here demanding changes. And we came up with a 5-point plan that I believe will make this situation better and ameliorate the crisis that we are facing. One, resources. We need to expand the Roosevelt Avenue Task Force to ensure that there's at least 120 police officers permanently assigned to the Roosevelt Avenue corridor. We also need more police officers in the 2 precincts. Roosevelt Avenue is a dividing line for 2 precincts, the 110 and the 115. And as such, no one's really in control or in command. So we're asking for the precinct to be brought together so that there's one precinct that has the jurisdiction over the majority of Roosevelt Avenue. We need a multi-agency response. That means PD, that means sanitation, that means FDNY, that means Department of Homeland Services, that means the agencies that can help counsel some of the sex trafficking victims. We need all the agencies to work cohesively in a coordinated fashion to make this community what it was. I'm gonna say this, when I was the New York City councilman for this area, we didn't have these problems. We didn't have these issues that we are confronting today. And so it's time for us to roll our sleeves up and ensure that this type of criminality and lawlessness that we are experiencing ends. Finally, we want to ensure that the city and the agencies work with community partners like Make Roosevelt Avenue Better, and the representative of that group is going to be speaking in a minute. It's incredibly important that we have local people involved because we get information and intelligence from the people who live here, work here. Look at this area. We have mostly healthcare services, doctors, pharmacies, podiatrists, dentists, a couple of lawyers. This is an incredibly important center to our community. They are providing a desperately needed service, and the patients that come here are being harassed, intimidated, and they're finding it hard to come here to get their basic medical care. So this is really a very serious issue. We're here today asking for help. And then finally, we ask for a legislative response. Change the bad bail laws that allow people who can go to that Bravo across the street and shoplift 20 times and never get arrested. And if they get arrested, they're let out the same day after they shoplifted. A lot of those products then come right back to this street and are being sold. It's basically a fencing operation that you see here. There's a lot of stolen products being sold on these streets in plain sight. Every elected official sees it, police department sees it, all the agencies, and what we're saying now is we're sick and tired of waiting. You gotta respond. So with that, I'm gonna ask Mr. Ramon Ramirez to say a few words from Make Roosevelt Avenue Better. Ramon?
Thank you very much, Mr. Hiram Monserrate. My name is Ramon Ramirez. I am the founder of Roosevelt, Improve Roosevelt Avenue. I think they're very simple here. The mayor has been following the law. And that thing, we have the law. Why is the Mr. Mayor forgot that community is not enforcing the law. It's very simple. The other hand, the elected official here, assembly, city council, they don't came to the neighborhood to do their job. They get this very high salary in the community. We don't work for our community. I don't take a few words because have many people have a business at the neighborhood. Let me introduce Mireya Gutierrez, the owner of Victor Pharmacy.
I'm down the street.
Right down the block.
Right down the block over here. All right, I've been there for 33 years. There's a small community pharmacy sold by my husband and myself. And we try to serve the community. That's our goal all the time. We have been stopped by all these immigrants. I'm not against them. I was an immigrant myself. But the problem is that they cover the whole sidewalk, they cover my entrance, and nobody can get in. Every single day, we have to come and talk to them and tell them, please move over, why are you doing this? You know, in a nice manner. You're educated people, you know, we don't want to harass anybody, but why are they harassing us? They are impeding our business, they are damaging the community, they are impeding my patients to come in and receive the care. I have a large community of elderly people that are refusing to come into the pharmacy because they feel threatened. And this has to stop. We made phone calls to the police many times and they told us, don't call us anymore, call sanitation. They started coming every 3 or 4 days, now they come twice a day, but as soon as they come and pick up the merchandise, they come back again and do the same thing. When it is going to stop? I mean, we are voters over here, okay? We vote for a good community and we want to keep it like that. As you can see, most of the places over here are medical centers and pharmacies, okay? We are serving a privileged and low-income community. Okay, this is what we are doing all the time. But they are not listening to us. We don't have the cooperation of the policemen. We don't have the cooperation of the district. We want this to stop already. Okay, the garbage that we have to pick up every day. Okay, the use of the marijuana all over the place. You know, drinks, everything you name it. What is happening? What is happening? Why are we neglected like this? And that's all I have to say. And I hope that this gets to the ears of the people in this government, especially our mayor. I want him to come over here and look at what is happening over here, okay? Because this has got to stop. We just can't take this anymore. And if they are forcing us to close, we're not going to do it. We're just going to stand up for our rights and defend our community. Thank you so much.
Now, let me introduce the one in just building, my friend for a long time, Diana.
Thank you. I'm representing this medical building behind these cameras, and we've been really struggling for a long time, asking for help and being neglected totally. So every day I come, all streets are occupied, my patients cannot come through, they've been harassed, the garbage, urination. This area behind us was designed for an ambulance and the handicapped people, which ambulance refused to come because this is all occupied with illegal street vendor. I respect immigrants. I came from Ukraine 35 years ago. I know how it's difficult, but everything has to be done right. And we asking for help because this been going on for a while and this needs to be stopped. So please, we need your help.
We're here,
Thank
that's
you
what we're
very
here
much.
for.
Thank you.
Let me say 2 words in Spanish, please. Maybe some medium. Queremos nosotros decir, yo soy Ramón Ramírez, queremos decirle a esta comunidad que en el caso, por ejemplo, mío, que estamos aquí, todos somos inmigrantes. Y nosotros no tenemos, por supuesto, nada contra los inmigrantes. El alcalde tiene que hacer su trabajo, porque aquí la gente viene a trabajar y a ganarse la vida. Y esa situación que vienen de nuestros países, porque son golpeados, tampoco pueden ser golpeados acá. Nosotros tenemos que a esta persona darle protección, porque aquí hay recursos para proteger a esta persona. Y que el alcalde tiene que ver la cara, porque estos son personas que están aquí ya. No podemos mandar a otros países. Lo que hay que buscarle trabajo y saberlo ubicar para que ellos hagan un trabajo decente también.
Bravo.
Let me introduce right now. Let me introduce community leader Francis Fria. Francis Fria.
Go ahead, Ramses.
Hello everyone, thank you Hiram, thank you sir for having me here today. We're basically speaking on the issues that is affecting this area immensely. We have prostitution, crime is running rampant in this area, and this is something that I've been documenting and been growing awareness on for more than about 2-3 years. It just continues to get worse, and it seems like there's no end to it. The residents are frustrated, everyone is tired of what's happening here, and we're coming together with business owners to let you see that this has to end immediately. We cannot continue to have this trend and what's happening here happening every single day. We have children walking past brothels with women of the night, or however you want to call them, constantly in their faces. I've seen over this past summer some of these women try to bring young gentlemen into their establishments. Just right over here across the street to the right, that is a brothel on the first floor. Behind us, block up, is another brothel on K Street and Elmhurst Ave. Well, the street that we're on now is constantly taken over by illegal street vendors that are blocking and hindering people from passing by. This area is known for doctors' offices, lawyers, and things to assist the community. And it's stopping these businesses from flourishing. A lot of the doors are closing, and no one's gonna come here to want to establish a business because of what they see outside. So we need to come together. We need to grow our voices together and become one, to understand that this is no longer tolerated, that we are going to be here, that we are standing up for each other, and that we will proceed and move forward to start a new day. Now, Elmhurst is my home for the past 43 years. I'm born and raised here. These are all my streets, all my corners. I've seen them all. I've walked through here as a child. My friend grew up across the street on the second floor. My other friend was right here behind me, still lives there. But the changes that have come here has made our families scared for their lives, and where we have to step up and start protecting our own. So we ask for the city, we ask for NYPD to ramp up and start doing more work out here. Everybody feels free to speak up, and we have to do this together. Again, I thank you all for coming out today, because you have to understand that this is dire, and we have to take care of this immediately. What's happening here will start to spread out to other neighborhoods, as it already is. So if we put an end to it here, we can put an end to it in New York City. We need new leaders, and we need to vote for new leaders that are going to represent everyone here correctly. I am running for City Council of District 25, and I will make sure to bring that to the forefront and to make sure that we will bring this area back to the greatness that it really is. Thank you very much.
We have to address that press conference directly to the mayor. He had to take his responsibility on that community. Let me introduce young lady leader Amanda Lopez. Amanda.
Yes, thank you again so much to give me this opportunity to bring up very, very important issues that are happening right now. Being a young female, artist in this community, it is very, very difficult to even commute, coming back home, going to work, going to, see my family in Jackson Heights. It's very, very difficult. To see the corners, there's vast majority of corners of prostitution, centers, or, barber shops, or, whatever you name it. It's very devastating to see, because I've heard a story that, a little girl just as young as 15 years old is here. And I'm imagining myself at the age of 15, and how to manage something that dire. I can't even put my words into what that may feel like, and my family are Peruvian, and I'm very happy of my roots and where I come from. And so here I believe Jackson Heights is the future of the young generation that is coming, and what I hold as well, and what my voice can do, and what I hold as my community behind me, the young artists, aspiring artists, the people who want to speak about these issues, but they cannot because there is too much things that are happening all over the world, not only here in Queens, but in Roosevelt Avenue specifically. It is millions of people, young families, kids are going through these train stations and they are witnessing all of it. The sanitation issues. There's a massive issue with mental health. You know, that is a topic that has to be given more attention to. And the sanitation, the amount of people that feel uncomfortable, in this community. And I'm just very happy today to be able to use my voice today to hopefully inspire other young people, to come up and to speak about these issues. And I'm very grateful. Thank you. Yeah.
Now, let me introduce a long-time leader of the street for our community, Marta Flores Vasquez.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Marta Flores Vasquez. I'm a State Assembly District Leader in the 40th Assembly District. But I serve this district through Hiram Monserrate's office. I get the hotline phone calls. I hear the compassion of the community today. I hear your voices. Your voices have been heard loud and clear. You're making a statement. You want to live in a better community. To live in a better community, one of the things that needs to happen is you need to hold your elected officials accountable. District leaders are the liaison between the community and government. We are part of government. So we have Liliana Martinez, a new State Assembly District Leader. We have Hiram that has been here for decades. This is the man for the job. I hope that you all come together and continue this good fight, because it's a fight for the future of our children. I know that if my grandchildren lived in this community, I would be very appalled that there's prostitution. I would be very appalled that there's drugs on the street. I would be very appalled that people with medical needs are not able to access their local pharmacy or a medical center, or that the ambulance is not able to park appropriately. And I think that NYPD, with the collaboration of the community and district leaders like Mr. Hiram Monserrate, who's your former elected official here, I think with that support, we can accomplish our goals. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak here in this community, because I am active in your community, and I'm tired of getting the phone calls from your constituents because you're not being served appropriately. Thank you, and have a great day.
Now, let me introduce Tony Diaz. This is our leader, Tony Diaz.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Tony Diaz. I have been living in this community for 50 years, a place where I was able to play in the streets safely with my friends. And now, today is the first day of school. Our children are being exposed to prostitution, crimes, and drugs. How is that possible that the pimps and gang members are bringing these prostitutes in our neighborhood to expose our children? Our children should be growing in a safe environment, please. When Hiram Monserrate was in power, this did not happen. We were safe. We need leaders like Hiram Monserrate in power, and Francis Frias. Thank you. Our leaders have failed us. We need Hiram Monserrate back and Francis Frias. Thank you.
Now, let me introduce the main leader for Peruvian Parade, also running for District 25 for City Council. My friend for a long time, Rodolfo Flores.
Thank you, Hiram, for these invitations. Believe it or not, more than 40 years ago, I came to America from Peru, and my first home was Jackson Heights. And I saw a beautiful Roosevelt Avenue. It was people in front of the houses having coffee and tea after 3 or 4 o'clock. Today, it's not happening that. I am ashamed living in this neighborhood and not doing anything for our community. I may say that what our elected officials are doing, they are listening to the people or they are listening to their own agenda. That way cannot happen again. We have the power. We gave the power as a community to them to run for the office. We gave the power to them to do best for our community. They are not doing it. When I came to America, I said I have a dream. And my dream is to see my community free of dangers. I want to add one more thing. Mental health is another part of the community. As a social worker, I may say that we need to add a cultural issues within the ethnic groups. We don't have that. We need to add a multidisciplinary team to work in our community and distinguish very well what are doing the African Americans, the Hispanic, the other ethnic groups in America. We're not doing that. We're not addressing our issues. We're not doing anything. I feel ashamed. I feel bad about it. And I believe that we have the power to change. We will change. We will do it. We will help. As any other person says, we need to get together. We need to get on issues. We need to fight. And we need to elect new people. I ran 23 years ago for the city council. The same issues that I saw in 2001, I'm seeing today is the worst. It's the worst. Tell me about it. Do you think that we live in a nice neighborhood? I don't think so. Thank you very much. Hiram, let's do the change.
Let's close the press conference and Mr. Hiram Monserrate.
Can we get Marty Dolan, please? Can we get Marty Dolan to speak? Marty Dolan, he's running public. We need him to speak. He's running public. Can you speak, please?
So
He's
Marty,
he's running public advocate. Can you let him speak, please? Because
good afternoon.
Yeah, thank you.
We're gonna have one more speaker, one of the people, another candidate who's very familiar with the issues that we have confronted, and we're gonna open the Q&A. Mr. Marty Dolan. Marty?
Thank you, Hiram. So, the point I would make today is that we're all connected. New York is connected to the world through the media, through social networks. When you have conditions like you have here in this community, it's a black eye for New York all over the world, right? We want the immigrants coming here legally. We want businesses coming here legally. But right now, New York has a black eye all over the world when one part of the city is in such a poor shape. And the second thing I would say is that every part of New York City is New York City. It's not just Manhattan. It's not just the tourist areas. So I would ask, where is Eric Adams today? Where's Jumaane Williams today? Where's AOC today? Where are the so-called leaders of New York? This is New York too. We are New York too. It's not only in Manhattan, it's communities like this that make New York. And if one part of New York isn't at its best, then we all have to work to make it its best. Hiram, thank you for asking me to come.
Thank you, Zona. My pleasure. Okay, we're gonna open up the Q&A. Any members of the media have any questions?
Yeah, I have a question. Do you believe, what do you think about like elected officials like Jessica Gonzalez Rojas stating that you guys are being racist about this because these guys here are mostly immigrants, like Latino immigrants?
I think everyone who spoke here basically is an immigrant or the child of an immigrant. We live in this community, we pay taxes, we pay rent, we pay our mortgages, and we are subjected to conditions that in other neighborhoods would not be accepted. I would say following. It is racist and discriminatory to think that we should be okay to live like this and other neighborhoods don't. This is subjugation. We have allowed our representatives, all of them, to not do the basic essentials that a representative should do. One, keep the community safe. Two, keep the neighborhood clean. Basic things, protect our children, protect the disabled, protect our seniors, ensure that there's adequate health care. Those, and the business, obviously the business owners, which are the backbone of this community, and hire about 65% of the residents. So everything that we are confronting right now, we are confronting because all our representatives have failed us. Every single one of them, even some that are my friends, they have failed us. We should not be subjected to this. Queens deserves better, and Marty was right. What's happening now on Roosevelt Avenue in Queens, we are the laughing stock of the nation. People all over the world have heard about the Boulevard of Sweetheart Dreams and all the Instagram and Twitter videos that you see. They're mocking, they're laughing at us. And it shouldn't be that way. We're literally a 10-minute train ride away from New York City, capital of the world. We deserve better. Merecemos mejor. And we are here to say that. And unabashedly, we deserve better and we demand that. Any other questions?
Do you feel about the mayor like not adding sanctuary city laws to the ballot for November? How you feel about that? Like, do you think that's the reason this is occurring?
I'm not having taken a position on the issue of sanctuary cities. Let me just say the following. This is not about sanctuary cities. This is about enforcing basic law. Guess what? Prostitution and sex trafficking is still illegal in the state of New York. Selling illicit and unlicensed drugs is illegal. All these illegal marijuana shops are illegal. Unlicensed vendors are violating the law every single day. Everything they're doing, there's already laws to confront it and to deal with it. And secondly, for those elected officials who want to do a little bit more on the social services side, then bring more social services. Go ahead and do that. Let's bring them counseling. Let's bring them pro bono lawyers if they need it. Whatever issues that they're confronting. But we can't allow lawlessness. And we can't allow our children to see the normalization of lawlessness. Because that's what we have in Jackson Heights and Elmhurst today. The normalization of lawlessness. And it is hurting our children and our communities. And me and the people that are standing here today have said basta. That means enough. No more. We're going to stand up. We're going to tell the mayor. We're going to tell our assembly people. We're going to tell our senator and our council people and all those in government that we're not going to simply just stay here and be quiet anymore. And the next thing we're going to be doing, Ramsey, is we're going to organize a rally. Because Ramsey did a march some time ago through Roosevelt Avenue. So I want everyone here to stay tuned. Because from here in this corner, we're going to start a rally and a march. We're going to rally and march for our community. We want our community back. We want to take it back from all the criminal elements that have been allowed to fester and to grow because of weak leadership with misguided principles and agendas. Thank you very much. Gracias.
Thank you for coming.
So that's it, guys. It's over. Press conference over. $136.
Sí, ahora es 4.